Chapter 2. It was Sunday afternoon. The sun was sinking low in the sky, but the air was still quite warm. John was wandering along in the direction of Susan's house. Absent-mindedly, that means like not really paying attention where you're going, looking down at the sidewalk when his eye was suddenly caught by a dully gleaming silvery gray coin lying right in his path. The coin was the size of a quarter, but even as he leaned forward eagerly to pick it up, John noticed there was something strange about it. It did not have a picture of George Washington or a picture of an eagle. On one side there was a picture of a fat boy. On the other side there was the letters J.M., which was funny, John thought, because those letters happened to be his initials, John Midas. Grasping the coin firmly, he ran on toward Susan's house. She liked to collect things. He thought she might be interested to know that he had the beginning of a coin collection. Although he was in the habit of going over to Susan's by the same route once or twice almost every day, this afternoon John found himself turning left where he usually turned right. Uh-oh. I always go the same way, he thought. It's time for a change. I am going a new way. He didn't stop to consider that you cannot go east by going west unless you go all the way around the world. Only 2 blocks along the unfamiliar street, John came to a small corner store. It was a neat red brick building with 2 big windows. They were full of all sorts of candy. Susan was immediately absolutely forgotten. John pressed his nose against one of the windows. He was imagining the taste of chocolate-covered almonds and chocolate fudge on the other side of the glass when he noticed a man in a white apron standing behind the counter and beckoning to him. That means, come in, come in. John was surprised. He hadn't expected the store to be open on a Sunday. Don't just stand there in the doorway, John, the man called heartily. Come on in. I'll read that again, see if you caught it. Don't just stand there in the doorway, John, the man called heartily. Come on in and get some fresh, sweet, creamy chocolate. There's a very special sale today. How did the man know his name, John wondered. He couldn't remember ever having seen the store before. The storekeeper saw John hesitate. The chocolate I use in my kitchen comes directly from the heart of Africa, he said. I use none but the finest ingredients. And my recipes? Well, I bet you've never had chocolate like mine before. Come on in. Thank you, John replied, walking to the counter. But you see, the trouble is, well, no money, the storekeeper said. No money whatsoever. What's that you got there in your right hand? John had forgotten the old coin he had in his hand. Oh, he said, this is part of my coin collection. I mean, he added honestly, I'm going to save this coin and get some more to make a collection. Well, let me have a look at it, the storekeeper said. He looked briefly at the coin. Aha, he exclaimed. Is it any good? John asked, his hopes suddenly rising. Very good, said the storekeeper. In fact, it's the only kind of money I accept. But I don't suppose you'd want to spend it on a box. A whole box? I imagine you'd rather keep this for your coin collection than spend it on a chocolate, wouldn't you? Oh, no, John said. Chocolate any day. Go ahead, then. Help yourself, the storekeeper said, pointing to a heavily laden table piled high with large cellophane-wrapped candy boxes, all exactly alike. You mean I can have one of these? John asked. Now, that's the picture of it. John asked, his eyes round with surprise. The candy boxes are as big as ones his father's always brought home at Christmas. Just help yourself, the storekeeper assured him. That's it, unless you think it might be better to ask your mom first. She wouldn't mind, John said hastily and blushed. Now, why would he have blushed?